Okay, talk about how it's been having some time to prepare for this game. How's that going? Injury situation and also playing against a team that's really good in possession in a elimination competition. Do you look at this game and play tactically a little bit differently?
It's a lot of questions. That's all right. It's been nice to have training as always, and a little break too. You know, what we went through with 8 games and I think it was 24 days was a gauntlet, you know, very difficult. And you can see guys were chewed up mentally, physically. And I think that's been a big part of the issue in the league. You know, we've not been fresh, we've not had time to prepare. We have put a lot into the CONCACAF Champions Cup as well. So sometimes it's hard because you're high and then you got league and you think you got all these games and it's early. Maybe the urgency is lacking. So, you know, we've managed the Champions Cup well and not the league, you know, but it was nice to have a couple weeks just to reset, recharge, prepare. In a lot of ways as a coaching staff, look at our group. You know, we might have this vision of what we want to be, and maybe we need to adjust that vision. You know, the long-term vision, it won't change, but the short-term might, based on just kind of knowing our group now after 3 months. So we had a lot of, you know, time to just reflect. And now playing Club America, you know, it's going to be arguably the best game we play all season. One of the most talented teams you're ever going to see in this continent. You know, a true positional play team, a team that dominates games with the ball, presses very high, plays extremely aggressive with and without the ball. So it's a huge task for us. We are getting a little healthier, which helps because we're entering another window where we're playing 4 games in, I think it is 13 days coming up. So we're going to need those bodies.
Marcelo,
That's good, yeah. Actually, cool.
Marcelo Briones from Meeting Deportivo. How you prepare mentally the team after this break and from MLS season?
Yeah, again, like I said, it was good to have a little bit of a reset, you know, and have time to recharge and to work on the training ground. You know, sometimes you don't like not having a game on the weekend because you lose rhythm. But in our case, I thought it was beneficial for us based on all the games that we had been playing to have that time. But you said it, the mentality is really crucial for these type of games. You know, I told the guys, you know, and we showed video on Club America. I told them that this is going to be one of the best teams they'll ever play. So, you know, we have to believe we have a chance, you know, and our guys do. But we know it will be very difficult. It's going to be a very good opponent. You know, can we get an advantage in this first leg? That's the key. You know, can we get an advantage going back to Azteca next week? And so that's the goal. The goal is to get an advantage.
You mentioned the talents in this Club America team. So what is the message to the guys in terms of the opportunity that they have here? Because the opportunity to play against teams like this don't come along very often. So they have that chance to go out and kind of prove themselves against the best in North America.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. You know, you're starting to see MLS teams a little bit more beat the Liga MX teams, but not as much as you'd like, you know, and I think it's because talent for sure, but I think it's the mentality, you know, I think it's, you know, it's being able to take the field with belief. And, you know, I was a part of a Campeones Cup versus Cruz Azul where we won 2-0 in that match. And we had a realistic plan for the game and our mentality was right for that game. And I think that's the key. In that game, we had a group that understood the type of game that we needed to play. And so they were bought into, you know, that understanding of what would work in the game and what the game was going to be about. And they had the right mentality to then go and attack that game in the right way. We can't be naive in this type of match. We need to be very pragmatic and intelligent in how we approach it.
Any other question from the media, President? Okay, we'll move to the virtual zone. Remember to raise your hand if you have a question. We'll start with Rich Thompson.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Caleb. How did the three international players enjoy their experience, and how crucial is it to have them back for these two key home games coming up?
Yeah, obviously, when you have players go and play for their country, it's good experience for them. There's growth that comes from that, especially with young guys like Ajmer. The opportunity to go and, get games and to gain confidence. And, I always feel like it's a good thing. It's always nice to have extra bodies. So I think simply put, the more players we have available, the better. Obviously, in the last game, we didn't have much in terms of the bench and what we could do to kind of change the game or give ourselves a push. It would have certainly helped, I think, at 1-1 to have a little bit more of a push to win the game. But our guys understand, the match tomorrow. They understand the plan. They understand what the game's going to be about. And we're excited for it.
Okay, with that last answer, we put an end to the press conference with match day -1. Thank
Thank
you very
you.
much, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Recording